welcome back. We're going to have a little look at a piece of music that I did a while back for making 100 pieces of music, and I only spent 15 minutes on each one. So this is essentially just using Gameboy sounds. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is a Kontakt library called Super Audio Boy, and it basically emulates the Game Boy. You've got all the different sounds. So you've got pulses, saw waves, triangles, which you usually use for bass, and you've also got here some other things. What does that sound like? Quite an abrasive sound, noise, if you want some interesting sounds there. And then you've got drum kits. Sorry, I've got a delay on this channel, I just realised. Anyway, let's go back to the right sound for this piece. Right, so this I wrote as like a credit screen, I guess. And I will just play what I started out with, just literally going... You should be able to see down the bottom what I'm playing, but we'll have a look at the notes that I put in. So we start the whole track looking like this. So as you can see, it's just going F C F C G C G C and then A C A C G C G C, and then just looping that. Cool. And then yeah, it's copied and pasted, isn't it? Of course. And this is where the next element comes in. So we're going to use that throughout the piece by the looks of it. And let's have a look at the drums. So again, this is all just using that Kontakt plugin. And this is just a bass drum to start with. Very simple. And then we've got the triangle, which is basically the bass, which is just going to be on the root note, which in this case is F. So just a nice little intro. And next we have, let's just do the drums and see what we've got here. We have got just basically the same, just 4 to the floor, bass drum, and we have got a snare every second, bar, beat, other beat, you know what I mean. Okay, and then we are having the same bit of square wave, and the triangle wave now is actually playing some notes. Just going at the F major scale, so we've got one black note in it, and that is just the B flat. So if you were to play around with this, you could move anything along the white notes apart from when you get to B, and you've got to play B flat. Okay, and then we've got an actual new part coming here. So let's have a look at what I did. It's so simple, but it sounds so good, in my opinion. And all we're doing is just playing F-A, so we're starting off with, and we're just going up one, so to G and B flat, then A and C, and B flat and D. Just going up the scale, nice and simple. And then it looks like, yep, I'm just adding layers here. I wrote this piece in 50 minutes, as I may have mentioned, and all the tracks I wrote on that album were written to a strict 15-minute timer. So that's why they're all pretty simple pieces, but they do the job. People do buy this music, not massively. Generally, most smaller indie developers want you to write something specific, but I thought it was a good challenge. What's that, 100 pieces, although some of them were game overs, so they were probably written, I think all the game overs were written in 15 minutes, and so that's 10 of them, and 10 level ones which were also written probably in about 15 minutes. So 80 tracks times 15, you can do the math. Right, let's look at the saw wave next. So this is going to be some sort of lead. just a catchy little line. And what did I play? We're basically starting from the third of each chord. So the chords are basically just going F major, G minor, A minor, B flat major. So all I'm doing is starting from the third here as the main note of the melody. I haven't played that, well, since I played this, and it's so easy to play. You can follow along if you wish and play that. Okay, so that's the main melody, and then all we're doing, I think, from here is layering up. So literally just an extra layer, and this, I don't know. Again, when you're writing so quickly, you forget what you do, but it might just be copy and paste. Just copy and paste to thicken it up a bit. Yep, nice and simple. And then we finish off. No, we got two more. So we have one more layer. Okay. Got another few bars. So then after that's happened again, arpeggiator. Now let's have a look what I did here. I'll go over the effects and whatnot in a minute. Not that I use that much. I believe this has an arpeggiator. Yes, I did. So this is going to be one, I won't press another preset pattern there, but it's just going to be one of those, a very simple little da-da-da-da-da-da-da, pretty simple. Playing the chord basically. And that just thickens it all up. And all I'm doing is playing, looks like fifths this time, so literally going backs and forwards from F to C, and then G to D, A to E, I'm guessing, and then B flat to F. And that is all that's happening there. And then finally, finish off the piece with one extra layer, which is this saw wave, which is just descending, sort of, do you call that counterpoint? I don't know. Yep, just descending from F to D to C to B flat. And that's literally the whole piece, and I think it came out not too bad. Let's have a look at anything that I'm doing. Let's have a look at the mixing desk. So as you heard in that first little piece, this little one here, just got an echo running on that, so really simple. I deliberately used really simple plugins because I thought, well, it's trying to emulate a Game Boy, so doing an echo that's mono, that's probably going to be fairly accurate to what you could have done on a Game Boy. Pretty simple, but then I did do a couple of things. I don't know whether the Game Boy would have had like a chorus effect. So on this track here, let's solo it down here, shall we? I've got a chorus. And that's what it sounds like without. And I think that sounds very chiptuney doing that. I have put OTT on the drums, which just is going to literally liven it up a little bit. So just brightens it up a little bit and gives it a tiny bit more bass presence. Not a massive change though. Sample delay, yeah. So on this, you're only going to be able to hear this if you're listening on some sort of stereo. But let's have a listen to what I've got on this. So if you've got headphones on, you'll be able to hear that that's going basically from the centre. Well, I've got it panned left and right, and it goes to centre. It's just a really simple way of making it sound like it's spread across the stereo spectrum. Okay, what else have we got? Just the ROM by the looks of it. ROM I have put on the arpeggiator. Now, I doubt the Game Boy had any form of reverb. I don't know. But it just gives it some space. So turn that off. And then with. Simple as that. I didn't do much other processing because you don't want it to be over processed when it's supposed to sound like it's on a Game Boy. Finally, at the end, I put an OTT on it. Yeah, it brings everything forward and makes it sound a bit more crunchy. I've only used, on a master mix, 12% of the effect because it's quite extreme. And yeah, that is basically one of the 100 pieces that I wrote. Now, if you want me to go over any of the others in this, I will. Down below, I will link the demo reel I made for this so you can have a listen to the other tracks on it. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you'd be so kind to maybe give this a thumbs up, that would greatly help me out. And I will see you in the next one.